Welcome back to Nobody Tells You This About Money. For our fourth explainer, we are tackling a really big one: why the cheapest option often ends up costing you the most. We're going to dig into why the choice that feels safest today is so often the one that quietly drains your wallet over time.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We're taught that being good with money means finding the lowest price. But the truth is, the most damaging financial traps are sneaky. They're masters of disguise, showing up looking all smart, modest, and careful.
And that's our whole goal for this explainer. We're going to give you a brand new lens to look through to help you spot something called financial drag. Seriously, once you learn to see it, you'll start making very different and much stronger decisions. Okay, so let's break this down. Why do we fall into this trap in the first place? Well, it really comes down to how we're wired. We're always looking for immediate relief from financial pressure. This is exactly why the trap works so well. You know, when you choose that lower payment or you put less money down, you get this instant feeling of relief. You feel like you've solved the problem right in front of you. But that initial comfort, it's often just a mask, hiding a much bigger problem down the road. And that brings us right to the core concept here: financial drag. It's this powerful unseen force that keeps so many people working hard but feeling like they're just spinning their wheels, never getting ahead.
So here's the official definition. Financial drag is not one big, dramatic event. Oh no, it's the slow, steady leak. It's basically death by 1,000 cuts from all those little repairs, fees, and the stress that all trace back to that one cheap decision you made.
And this is what makes it so dangerous. Financial drag is powerful precisely because it shows up in pieces. It's not one giant bill demanding your attention. It's just this series of small hits that are really easy to brush off one by one. You know, it starts with something like this: an unexpected towing fee. It's annoying, for sure, but you can manage it. Then, maybe a couple of weeks later, another repair bill pops up. And again, you handle it. You get through it. Then a small late fee hits because your cash flow is a little tight from all the other surprises. It's just $15, right? No big deal. But see, because each of these hits arrives separately, we almost never connect them back to the original choice. And that's where the lesson is hiding. The total weight of all these small costs adds up to this incredibly heavy burden that you just never saw coming. So let's make this super concrete. We're going to walk through 5 of the most common traps where that feeling of short-term relief is just a disguise for long-term financial drag. First up, trap number 1, the unreliable car. You buy the cheaper vehicle to be responsible, but the reality isn't just repair bills. It's missed time from work, it's towing costs, and it's that constant nagging stress. So you have to ask yourself, was it really the cheaper option, or did you just pay a lower entry price for a much more expensive life? All right, let's look at our next trap, which is all about delay. Postponing maintenance feels like you're saving money right now, but you're not actually getting rid of the cost, are you? You're just pushing it down the road, and in most cases, you're making it bigger. Sometimes, postponing a cost just means choosing a more expensive one later.
Oh, this one is so common. Just look at this chart. Option B feels easier because that monthly number is smaller, but that comfort comes at a huge price, in this case, $5,000 more over the life of the loan. This is a classic case of confusing emotional comfort with financial efficiency.
Next up, let's talk insurance. A low premium feels fantastic every single month that nothing goes wrong. But if your deductible is so high that one single accident or health scare would completely throw your life into chaos, then your savings are a lot more fragile than they look. This is so crucial. Financial health isn't just about low expenses. It's about being harder to knock over. And finally, late fees. We tend to just treat them like annoying background noise. But what if you started to see them as valuable data? Repeated fees aren't just a tiny loss of money, they are a flashing red light, a clear signal that your whole financial system is under a lot of strain. They show you exactly where the leaks are. Okay, so after looking at all those traps, it's pretty clear we need a new way of thinking, right? The solution isn't just about finding better deals, it's about a fundamental shift in your perspective, from looking at the immediate price to seeing the long-term pattern a decision creates. This is the question you need to start asking yourself with every big decision. Is this choice just making today a little easier by making tomorrow a lot heavier? Or is it actually helping you build a more stable, more resilient financial life over time? The answer changes everything. So, how do we actually put this new mindset into practice? Let's get practical and break down the actionable steps you can take to start seeing the full, true cost of all your choices. Okay, here's the game plan. Number 1, look at the total experience. That means time, stress, and risk, not just the price tag. 2, learn to separate relief from actual value. Ask yourself, am I just kicking the can down the road, or am I actually solving the problem? 3, track the small leaks. Pay attention to those repeated little fees. They're telling you something important. 4, protect your stability. Invest in the things that keep your life running smoothly, like a reliable car. And 5, think with logic, not just emotion. Base your choice on the total financial impact, not just how good it feels in the moment. I absolutely love this final perspective shift. Real financial responsibility isn't always about picking the cheapest option. It's about having the wisdom to carry a slightly heavier but much smarter cost today so you can avoid a much heavier, more chaotic one tomorrow. And look, if any of this feels familiar, if you've been trying so hard to save money but you still feel stuck, this is probably why. You are focused on the first cost, not the full cost. And that is not a personal failure. It's just a way of thinking that most of us were never taught. But the good news is, now you know. And that right there is how you start to build a stronger financial life. It's not just by spending less, but by spending with more foresight and more honesty. If this explainer connected with you, let us know down in the comments with the phrase, "See the full cost."